Hey, what's up you guys? Just going to share two quick games with you I just played against an opponent rated around 1400 called Claudiu74 from Romania, and there is a Scandinavian theme or Viking theme to both of these games because they feature two of my most favouriteest gambits. Okay, so in the first game I have the black pieces, in the second game I have the white pieces, and they're both about 10 moves long. Okay, so game number one, Claudiu plays e4 and I play the Scandi. So we're already in the Northern Europe kind of region, okay? He takes, I play the modern, and now we have c4, and this is not the best move by any account. d4 is best according to the machines, because now we get into the Icelandic Gambit. So we're heading right across the North Sea, past Greenland to Iceland, and e6. Now here white almost invariably captures, and you recapture with the bishop. Okay, so far so good. And now my opponent plays a poor move. Now what this does actually refute one of the lines in this, which is to play queen e7, and then the idea is you can take there, right? But for example, if I play queen e7 lining up for a discovered check, right, my opponent does this. I've had this before. I go ahead and take the pawn, and my opponent just goes, thank you very much, I'll recapture the bishop. Okay, so I can't do that. So here I bring out my dark squared bishop, which is always nice. If I'm got ideas about putting my queen on e7, I want to get my dark squared bishop out. And here he plays h3, which is a blunder. Now we both actually blunder at this point, because I'm thinking only about lines that I know or ideas that I know in the Icelandic Gambit or the Palm Gambit, and I here miss a winning move. Pause the video if you like and try and spot the winning move for black. Okay, and it's related to this b2 to b3 pawn push. Okay, the winning move is not that. Okay, that's what I played. The winning move actually would be queen d4, because I'm lining up with this bishop threatening checkmate in one. Okay, so he's got to defend on that, but I'm also threatening to capture the rook on a1. I didn't play that because I was stuck in my own furrow, right, with my own ideas. So I played the idea that I knew, queen e7, lining up for a check. So basically, if he doesn't preemptively block the discovered check, then I can go ahead and take the pawn, because however he blocks, my bishop is safe. I can always trade the bishop, and I've won myself a pawn, giving him an isolated queen's pawn. Now, in this case, he does block with the queen. So what is black's next move? And it is, in fact, a great move. It's the only good move on the board, according to the machine. And the move is simply knight c6. Right? Sometimes a normal, regular developing move is the best move on the board. Now, this comes with some threats. My knight can come via here or here, and here we're threatening the queen. For example, if I come here, I'm threatening both the queen and c2 with a fork on king and rook. Ouch, right? Now here you can see the power of the gambit, right? I've given up a pawn, but look at my position, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 minor pieces out on the board, right? My queen is off the back rank. My king is not only ready to castle, he's got options to castle, and this is move 7, boys and girls. This is move 7, right? And because my opponent has been forced to waste a move or two capturing pawns. Okay, plus he's moved that for no real good reason, and that one for no real good reason, okay? And he's moved his queen now off the back rank, and all of his minor pieces are still in the stables. All right, so white now plays bishop b2, and I have a think about this, and because my queen would be defended if I moved the bishop, but there's no major threat there. So I decide to increase the pressure by long castles, because I've got rid of my d-pawn, I have a semi-open d-file, and I mean, I would take black any day of the week, 10 to 1 from this position. My opponent places knight out, okay? So he's defending against this idea, right? He's seen that, okay? But now, just knight b4. I'll go around the other way. I'll avoid the bishop. I'll avoid the knight. I'm not stepping on d4, but I can go to b4, and queen is now forced back to d1, right? I mean, this is absolutely terrifying now for white. The queen has to defend this, right? Because if I get to put my knight in there, the king's going to have to move, and then I mean, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong. Okay, so queen comes back here, and now I simply take the bishop finally on c4. So I was holding that in my pocket, and here there really is nothing to be done. White is in check. If he blocks with the bishop, let's see this. I can, for example, take with my bishop, attacking his queen, right, and also threatening to capture the knight with the discovered check. The king can't move, so you know, if queen moves, I get the knight with the discovery. If the queen takes, I get this, for example. You know, king moves, king has to recapture. You know, it's just absolutely awful. Material in this instance is actually equal, but look at the position, right? So my opponent there resigns on move 10. Nice one. And then he challenges me again. Right. Big mistake. Huge. Because I've got the bit between my teeth. I've clawed my way back from 1340 to like about 1569 at this point. All right, now, no, 1571, because I got 4 points for this last game. So I go e4, my opponent goes e5, and we're not venturing into Central Europe at this time because we've now moved over to Denmark, which is where the Vikings came from. And that's why it's a Viking funeral, okay? Takes c3, takes semi-Danish territory. Okay, so this is the centre game, accepted. Danish part 1, accepted. Bishop c4, and now he declines the full Danish boo, right? But, so now I have the option here to capture with a knight, which is not bad. But I figure, look, I'm going to give him another opportunity to take the pawn, and then I'll recapture with the bishop. And then we've got the bishops of doom, and so queen b3. So the whole point of these gambits is you need to double down on the imbalances that are in your favour. And the imbalance in my favour here is I have a rapid lead in development because my opponent has spent a couple of moves capturing pawns. All right, so I need to maintain the pressure. Okay, now he brings his queen to e7, very, very typical move, right? And any time the queen comes to there, or even to there, right, this guy then springs into action. He goes bouncy, bouncy, hits me a queen, also threatening that, again with the king rook fork, right? So I take the pawn, he develops a knight. I've seen this a lot of times, okay? Now it looks like he's got 2 attackers on here. I've only got 1 defender. So something that quite often happens is knight takes, queen takes knight, right? King sidesteps to f1, and then you've got queen and king on the same file. So you can develop your rook, bang, rook. I've won queens that way and won some very quick games. So in this instance, I decided to develop my bishop first, right? So that when my king sidesteps, my rook can go straight to e1. Plus, it comes with the added bonus of freezing this knight. This knight is now pinned, the knight cannot move, or the queen will fall. So now Claudio develops his other knight to defend this knight, so that if I take this knight, I can recapture with another knight, and happy days. I then throw my other knight into the mix. Can you see it's just like these pieces are just buzzing all around you when you accept these gambits, yeah? As long as your opponent keeps the pressure on and keeps on the front foot and keeps the blows flying, yeah? And here, for some reason, he has a brain fart and pushes h6 to kick my bishop away, not realising that his queen was hanging, and loses his queen and resigns there on move 9. So that is not bad. I'm quite happy about that. 2 quick wins together in under 20 moves. but really, from this situation, it's pretty lost anyway, because I've still got this with the fork on the king and thing. I've got knight there. I can castle. Again, I'm so close to completing development here, and that's why I love me a bit of Gambit. Yeah, absolutely great stuff. So I thought I'd just share those couple of games with you. Lots of fun. Hopefully inspire you to get a bit more evil and to dig out your inner Viking ancestry, assuming you've got a little bit in there, but there's a little bit of Viking berserker in all of us, I think. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. See you later.